Hi class, in this video I'll show you how to do number 2 on chapter 13 homework. So the question says, Dina's Performance Pizza is a small restaurant in Denver that sells gluten-free pizzas. Dina's very tiny kitchen has barely enough room for the 3 ovens in which her worker bake the pizzas. Dina signed a lease obligating her to pay the rent for the 3 ovens for the next year. Because of this, and because Dina's kitchen cannot fit more than 3 ovens, Dina cannot change the number of ovens she uses in her production of pizzas in the short run. However, Dina's decision regarding how many workers to use can vary from week to week because her workers tend to be students. Each Monday, Dina lets them know how many workers she needs for each day of the week. In the short term, these workers are what kind of input, and the ovens are what kind of input. Now, the choices you have for each one over here is either fixed or variable. What you need to remember is that for fixed input, that means you cannot change. You have what you have, and that's it. So for number of workers over here, Dina can change them. So if she needed more, she can ask more people to come in. If she needed less, just don't ask anybody. So for this number of workers, this will be a variable input. And then for oven, on the other hand, you can change it because it's already in the place, and then she agreed to sign the lease for next year's. So she has a fixed number of 3 ovens, and that's it. There's no way to change them. So therefore, your ovens are fixed variable. Okay. All right. So that's the first part. And then second, so fill in the blank to complete marginal product of labor column for each worker. So we have on this column over here is our number of workers, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then also on the second column, we have our number output, so 0 pizza, 100, 180, 240, and so on. And then the question is asking for us to find out what's the marginal product of labor. Now, what they're asking is asking for that for every extra worker you hire, how many new pizza can you produce? So if you compare between 0 workers and 1 worker, so when you go from 0 to 1, our total production increased to 100. So the first worker, your marginal product, so how much extra output you have, is going to be 100 pizza. Now for the second worker, so from 1 to 2, your number of pizza increased from 100 to 180, so our production increased by 80, so that's your second output. And then the third labor will be from 180 to 240. So the trend over here, that what you're looking for the marginal product labor, it will be the difference between your each level of output. So next one should be 60, that's 240 minus 180. And then after that, there should be 40, that's the difference between 240 and 280. And last one is going to be 20, that's the difference between your 280 and 300. Okay, all right, next part. So on the following graph, plot Dina's production function using the green points. So let's do that. I'm going to use our marginal product labor to plot our production function. So for the first worker, when we hire no workers and no pizza, so the first point 0, 0. Now for second point, when we hire 1 labor, our total quantity of output, that will be 100 over here. So first one is going to be 1 on 100. Right there. Now second worker is going to be 180. So that's your total output at 180. Third worker has things 240. Yes, 240. So 240, 280, and 300. 240, 280, and 300. So that's your production function. So your production function shows you the relationship between your number of labor hired and how many output you have. So as you can see, the more labor we have, the more output we have. So I mean, that actually makes a lot of sense. So the more worker you have, and let's assume everybody's very productive, the more output you're going to have to produce more pizza. But you also need to notice that the rate of increasing is slowing down. So you see how this curve is concave down. So as you increase your number of labor hired, the rate of increasing is actually slowing down. So you have 180, 60, 40, 20. So eventually somewhere over here, that once you hire too many workers, your total production doesn't increase anymore. And then if you go beyond that, your total production can actually increase when you hire more workers. If you try to picture this in your mind. Imagine this small kitchen. I mean, it's already a pretty small area, and then if you try to fit in 20 people in there, nobody can move. So you're gonna suffer from overcrowding. So anytime if you have overcrowding and if you put in even more number of people in there, you're not getting anything out. So that's why you're gonna have this. This is called a diminishing marginal product of return. So the more labor you hire, the less extra output you get from each labor. Okay, so that's this part of the question, and then let's look at the next one. Using the orange points to plot Dina's total cost curve on the following graph using the quantity of preceding table. All right, so our total cost, our fixed cost is $50 per day. Our variable cost for each worker is $40 per day. So let's plot our total cost. Now, if we produce 0 pizza, so we produce nothing at all, we still need to pay for the ovens. So the ovens are a fixed cost. So if you produce 0 pizza, your total cost will be 50. Here we go. That's the first point. So first point will be 0 and 50. Now, for the next point, let's look at this 100 pizza. So if we produce 100 pizza on here, so at 100 pizzas, we're going to hire one worker. Now, hire one worker, your cost per worker is $40 per day. So we're going to pay 40 for the worker. And don't forget your fixed cost, which is also 50. So the total cost for 100 pizza will be 100 pizza and $90. That's because $50 to your fixed cost for ovens and 40 to the extra worker you're going to bring into the company. Now, for 2 workers, we can make 180 pizza. And then for the total cost, you're going to use 50 plus 2 times 40, because each worker costs you 40. So 50 plus 2 times 40, that's 50 plus 80, and then it's 130. So 180 pizza, and it costs us $130. By the way, guys, I'm doing this all in my head. I'm very good at math, naturally, because I'm Chinese. Okay. And then for 3 workers, we're going to produce 240 pizza. So 3 workers, your labor cost will be 3 times 40, that's 120, plus 50, that'll be 170. And then you produce 240 pizzas, so 240 pizzas and $170 right here. And then for the last one, for 5 workers, we're going to produce 300 pizza. So as 300 pizza, our total cost for 5 workers, that'd be $200 for worker, and then for ovens $50, so 300, 250. All right, so that's how your your total cost curve looks like. And then let's answer the last question. True or false? The shape of a production function reflecting the law of increasing marginal return. Actually, this is going to be false, because if you look at your textbook and also look at definitions, there is no law of increasing marginal return. The law is called, this is a trick question, the law should be called the law of decreasing marginal return. Okay, so this should be false. Click over here and grade it now. Cross our fingers, cross my fingers, and cross everybody's fingers. We're good, and oh no, what happened? Great. I missed one. That's amazing. I shouldn't get it wrong. What happened? Let me see. So 240, 170. That's 240, 170. Oh, I missed the point over here. Stupid me. I missed this one. I missed 4 workers. So at 4 workers, you produce, 280 pizzas, and then your total cost should be 210. Yeah, I missed the point over here, but everything else looks good. So close. But that's fine. I mean, imperfection makes who we are. Says the loser. All right, so the last one is also good. All right, so that's how you do number 2 on chapter 13. So have any question, let me know, and hopefully you get it right on your first try. Okay, guys? Okay, good luck.